Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers, my sisters, yesterday I wrote a quote, I wrote a reminder, and I said, no matter how knowledgeable you are, or no matter how learned you are, if the knowledge you have doesn't show in your words or your actions, then you have to go back to your books. And this is a powerful reminder, because to be honest, today we have people that claim to be so knowledgeable or are knowledgeable in actual fact or in reality. But if you look at what they do, their words and their actions, it is totally opposite of what they have learned, or of what is proper, what is right, what is good, what every normal, sensible human being would understand as proper or right. I give an example. Today we have Islam, right? Christianity and other faiths. There are the Jews, the Hindus, and so on. All these faiths, they have different books, they have different beliefs, and so on. But when it comes to humanity, what do these faiths really say in terms of humanity? When you go to the books and you go to what is really in those books, do they support what most or many of the people today who've claimed to follow those faiths portray or support? For example, injustice. For example, inequality. For example, oppression. For example, depriving people of their own rights, and so many other things that are there. If you go back to these books and you read, when I say go back to the books, you read what is really in those books. I don't think any of these faiths, of course we know, we as Muslims, Islam, 100%, we support justice. We do not support injustice. We do not support oppression. We do not support depriving people of their rights. We do not support inequality. We do not support anything of such. Christianity as well, based on what I know in or from the Bible, I don't think there's anything like that would be in support of injustice, that would be in support of inequality, that would be in support of oppression. You go to the Torah, the same thing. You go to all other faiths and books. I mean, if you are a human being and you have a good heart, a heart that every reasonable human being should have, I don't think there's any ways you would be in support of oppression, you would be in support of injustice, you would be in support of depriving people of their rights. We are human beings. Allah has created us to worship Him alone. And this we all know. Allah has made us to worship Him alone. But Allah has brought us to the earth, and we have different people we meet. And that is why we as Muslims, one thing we believe is, no matter what faith you belong to, we know it is our duty to ensure that we live with you on earth in the best way. We are good, we are kind. Because you are a Christian, I won't deprive you of your right. Because you are a Jew, for example, I won't deprive you of your right. Because you are belonging to whatever faith you may be belonging to, I won't deprive you of your right. I won't treat you bad or badly. I won't be cruel to you. I would be kind to you. I would treat you in the best way. Because as a Muslim, this is what I believe, and this is what Islam teaches. Another point I want to talk about here is, my brothers, my sisters, a lot of those who cheat or who oppress people or who do any sort of injustice or bad, many of the times they think they can get away because they've oppressed someone, and the oppressed doesn't have the power to do anything. But we know that Allah sees, that Allah is watching, and Allah would always do justice. Allah is there to do justice. And for those who are oppressed, do you know, we as Muslims, we believe when someone does wrong to you, we always support that you forgive the person. But do you know that it is not compulsory for you to forgive someone when they do wrong to you? It is your choice. Forgiving is better. But do you know you can hold it against someone? And on the day of judgment, justice shall be done, or even in this life, it would be done here and then in the next as well. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us an understanding. So if you really claim to be a true Muslim, a true Christian, for example, a true Jew, whatever you are, then understand and realize that if you would read your books the way they are, then you would never ever be in support of injustice or oppression or cheating people or depriving people of their rights. My brothers in Palestine and sisters and the people there, what is happening today, and the people there, if they, whatever faith they may be belonging to, I don't, subhanallah, where do they get what they are doing from? Is it from faith? Is it from humanity, human sense, or the human behavior, a good person with a good heart? Nobody would do any of those. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us ease and grant success. And we would continue to pray for our brothers and sisters in Palestine for success and victory. And we support justice, and we would never ever support injustice. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.